Hello, our topic for presentation is intents, using intent, emotion, and sentiment to make Instagram intelligent. If we talk about the overview of this, we are proposing an idea that utilizes the concept of extracting information through multimodal data and uses its feature and capabilities of different modalities to strongly predict the sentiment, emotion, and intent being conveyed. The problem statement for this presentation is that with the huge amount of visual, audio, and text being posted on social media platforms such as Instagram, there is a need to monitor the intent of author, which is a very challenging task as it is high probable that the caption and image or visual or audio content may convey distinct emotions, sentiment, and intent. So we propose the concept of intents to predict the intent of author using emotion and sentiment as a support to resolve ambiguities through multiple modalities. What are the motivation behind it? To give the user personalized experiences. There are many challenges as this requires collection and analysis of data from Instagram users, so it must be transparent about its privacy and security. As idea of this presentation is to determine the intent, which needs an algorithm which determine the author intent, which is a very challenging task.
So the prior work in this field primarily focused on unimodal approaches that is basically relies on a single modality, such as text-based or image-based analysis. So if we can see that individually MSc or multimodal sentiment analysis approaches broadly classified in four categories, which is multimodal fusion, modal consistency, and multimodal alignment, and multimodal context integration with the unimodal context. Secondly, the ERC or emotional recognition in conversation, it is broadly categorized in three categories, which is multimodal fusion, context awareness models, and external knowledge. So what I'm saying is basically most of the research is done in a single modality, which in result cannot completely exploit the knowledge provided by the different modalities. So for that, unification of related but different tasks into a single framework came into picture and has achieved significant progress. As we can see in these slides, some research proposes a unified framework for multimodal summarization. Some proposes a framework for integrating different types of named entity recognition techniques into a unified framework.
So, talking about the limitations of existing work, no prior work utilizes the similarity and differences amongst intent, emotion, and sentiment to learn them together. Even in UniMSc, when the emotions and sentiment are jointly learned as a unified label, they consider only textual modalities to filter similar samples to create unified label for emotions and sentiments of each other. However, this idea would fail in the complex setup for, let's say, Instagram, where different modalities mostly have different sentiment and emotions within the same post. And we cannot be confident of creating unified labels for that post with just one modality.
Our model Intents is a modified version of UniMSc model architecture designed to perform multi-modal sentiment analysis, emotion, and intent recognition. The model architecture for Intents is similar to UniMSc with modifications to include the intent task. The task formalization for Intents includes input formalization and label formalization, which are used to process the dialog text and model features and unify the label space for all three tasks for transferring the labels into universal labels. The architecture includes two LSTMs to generate embeddings of audio and visual modalities and uses T5 transformer for text. The fusion layer concatenates the three model representations and obtains the fused representations. Further, with the use of intermodality contrastive learning, the interaction between different modalities are enhanced by comparing different modalities and pulling positive sample closer in the feature space and pushing negative samples further apart.
To come over the presented limitations in the last slides, we introduce a unique procedure which extends UniMSc to predict the intent in document. We use emotion and sentiment as support vectors to get the intent of the of the post which is being sent. For the same purpose, we are introducing a new dataset which is MDID. MDID is a dataset which has not been exploited yet to its full potential. This dataset consists of images and text. We also suggest to incorporate audio modalities into this dataset so that we can match the three modalities, namely the audio, visual, and textual input, to complete the universal label. Also, our universal label now consists of four values: the emotion, the strength of the emotion, the sentiment being conveyed, as well as the intent of the user. It is different from UniMSc, which is being proposed, as UniMSc only considers the textual features for finding out the similarity to complete the universal label. However, our proposed model will use all the three modalities to find out the similarity. It is very important to come over the limitations, because for an Instagram post, it's very different that the distinction between textual and video as well as audio data is very high. So this is the novelty for our proposed work.
Coming to impact, first one is potential for mental health benefits. By analyzing user emotion and sentiment, the application will potentially identify users who may be struggling with mental health issues and provide resources and support. and provide control to monitor minors through adult supervision and control. Coming to behavior analysis, the proposed idea, if deployed as an application, will offer the user to monitor the individual's content, consumption, and restrict or allow certain specific domains of innovation. Improved user experience. By incorporating intent, emotion, sentiment analysis, the proposed technology offers a personalized user experience by showing content that is more relevant and meaningful to the user. This could lead to the increased enhanced engagement and user satisfaction at the same time. Whatever users scroll through would add to the user's individual's interest and can be monitored and controlled by individual. If I come into the enhanced advertising capabilities with better understanding of user intent and sentiment, the application can significantly control their advertising targeting capabilities, resulting in more effective and relevant ads for users as well as authors, and increased revenue for the people utilizing the platform as a source of income.
The conclusion of this whole idea is to explore the similarity between each category of intent with certain emotion or sentiment might or might not result in a significant extraction of sentiment and emotion for a specific intent necessarily. The curation of a manually labeled dataset for a wide variety of posts will support the prediction of intent. However, limited data serve as a limitation of the current work, offering a magnified future scope for the same. Thank you.